So a guy says to me, "You gave me an email number?" I go, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "You're going to get killed with emails." He said, because he really sends out emails. Sends out a lot of emails. He said, "Get prepared." So that was fine. Email is an email. But then I used to see him in the beginning. I used to see him at Pine Lawn. At Pine Lawn, we went every year, and you got there like 6 o'clock in the morning, and you were there for a couple of hours doing this. It was a great thing to do, and I felt good doing it. But then I used to run into him at DEA functions, at so many different things, cops' funerals, and all over. And then all of a sudden we became like buddies. And let me tell you, I get emails and emails and emails, but he's a great guy. I talked to him one time, and thank you to 2A Precinct for showing up. Really, thank you for coming. But when you look at Timmy, got hurt on the job. He was a police officer for 10 years, and he got hurt on the job. And then when I first really got involved with him, it was for this Philip Cardillo. Phil Cardillo was killed in April 1972. And I thought, wow, man, I didn't think Timmy was on the job that long. And then I find out, when Phil Cardillo was killed, he was 13 years old. But when he came on the job, he went to the 2A Precinct, talked to the people there, got involved. If probably they had a dictionary next to his name, it would say "never forget," because he was 13 years old. How does somebody get the moving of being involved in something when he was just a kid? He comes on the job. He made a vow that he would never be forgotten. And he did it with all the help of other people from the 2A. But this was the guy that I saw. Whenever I talked to him, it always, no matter where we started, it would all come back to Phil Cardillo. And then one day, they got it. They made a street named after him in front of the police academy. Took a long time doing, because the stupid people up in where this occurred wouldn't let it happen up there. And if anybody knows the story about that, and then I give him a plug, the man that wrote the book over there about the Circle of Six, right, Randy? But it was a tragedy and a terrible time that we are going through right now, what happened back then. Politicians have put their heads in the sand, and they're not paying attention to what's going on with the police department. But Timmy's one of these guys that he got injured on the job, out on disability. He's here with his lovely daughter, Sarah, who I've been told now takes temperatures. She's a nurse. But everywhere it seemed I go, I run into Timmy. It's like, is this guy doing surveillance on me? Did my wife pay him to follow me? Or what? But everywhere I go where there's a police thing, Timmy's there. At the dedication of Mrs. Vendetti's son Anthony, went there, bing, Timmy's there. No matter where you go, where there's families that need a little help, or somebody pushing law enforcement to get a better look at us. And I just recently went last week, called me up, can't tell him no. He let me know they had a 9/11 memorial at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got home from Maine at 4. I said, I got to get up, because if I don't get up, he's not going to see me. And he'll say something to me. So I went. And to watch him operate. I said something before about not being the grand poupon. Well, he went there, and I like to watch people. He went there, set things up, make sure there was a Lieutenant Quinn that had just recently died, make sure his family was okay. He walked over to other people. He was walking all around, making sure everything was happening, making sure the photographer was taking pictures. And yet, when they really made this memorial, he made sure that I was up close. He stood on the side. He wasn't up there like just to get his face in that picture or somebody to say, hey, there's Timmy, there's Timmy. But he was there. And I think that's a great, great thing to do. And I always thought, when I talked to him, because he knew so much about police, that where'd this guy finish up? Where was he? What did he do? Where? And again, like I said, I asked. You know, it's always good to ask. And I found out he retired as a police officer. I said, how could that be? I see police officers that do absolutely nothing but paperwork. And all they do is care about what they do. And all of a sudden they're detectives, they're this, they're that. And you go, man, how did this guy not? Well, he never wrote nothing up and he never really pushed himself. Because in my opinion, he would have been a great guy in the squad. Great guy in the squad. So what I thought was, because I'm the grand poupon, I could do something that I felt was the right thing to do. And as my wife would tell you, I always think I'm doing the right thing. And she's Italian, Sheriff. Full-blooded. That's where I get the macaroni from Brooklyn from. But I talked to the guys, I really wanted to make him a member of us. I wanted to make him an honorary member of the retired detectives because I think he deserves it. And I not only wanted to make him an honorary member, but I think after all these years, I think, can't give him the money, but I could give him the shield. But I just wanted to put, if my DEA glasses help me, this is an honorary shield to Police Officer Timothy Motto, NYPD retired, in recognition for what he has done for the families of fallen members and their families. He represents the words, never forget. And in the back of the shield, I had a plate put in here, I didn't do it, to Timothy, in the same regards to him being such an asset to the police department. But Timmy, if you could come up here, I would be honored for you to accept this from me.